Intro. Have you ever gotten an offer that sounded too perfect? I did. It was my dream job. The pay was huge. I would work completely alone. The work was easy and boring. Nothing hard or tricky. No office, no boss watching me, no coworkers, and no extra hours. It was perfect. Easy money. So, what was the problem? The part that felt wrong. There were rules, weird rules. It sounded like the place might be haunted, and the rules were supposed to keep me safe, but they seemed easy. Turn on the light. Don't answer the radio late at night. Simple, right? I said yes right away. I was scared someone else would take the job first, but I soon found out I had made the biggest mistake of my life. Come with me and spend 3 scary nights at the Kuru Lighthouse. I promise you a story full of fear and suspense. See you there. Chapter 0. An unknown journey begins. Today, I started my new job as the lighthouse keeper on Kuru Island. It's a tiny, lonely spot in the middle of a huge, rough ocean. You won't find this island on any map, which is weird, but I don't care. I took this job to run away. I owe $20,000, a debt I can never pay back. You might think that's not a lot, but in my country, it's enough to keep you up at night. I only made $500 a month. To save that much, I'd need over 3 years without spending anything on bills or food. How long to pay the debt? I don't know. I'm lazy, not very skilled, and good at only one thing: talking nonsense in customer service jobs. But here, there's no one to talk to. Just me, the sound of the waves, and a boat that sometimes brings canned food and water. It's boring, lonely, and dull. Perfect for someone like me, who likes to be alone. No coworkers, no boss. Just peace and quiet. Or so I thought. The words stuck in my head. You will have everything you need to do the job. The lighthouse stood alone, like a tall, bony guard at the edge of the world. There were supplies in the basement to last 3 months. A supply ship would come every few months. The radio made fuzzy, static sounds. The long-distance phone to the Coast Guard felt old and creepy. Its crackling voice would be my only company in the dark. My job was simple. Too simple. Like a strict routine that never changes. Every 6 hours during the day, and every 3 hours at night, I had to check in. The lighthouse light had to be on from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. to guide ships or to call to something else. I could only sleep during the day, if I slept at all. At 6 p.m., I'd wake up, feeling heavy and nervous, and go outside into the windy night. Checking the weather was normal, but the air always felt strange. Turning on the lights felt like waking up a sleeping monster. Every 3 hours, I repeated the routine. Check weather, report, make sure the light is on. Again and again. 7 days a week, no breaks, just the same thing forever. But who cares? If I can make money to pay my debt without working too hard, then it's all good. The job had rules, strange, creepy rules that stuck in my mind. Rule 1: turn the light on at exactly 6 p.m. every day. Not early, not late. It doesn't matter if it's clear, foggy, or if no ships are around. Sometimes it's not about guiding ships in, it's about keeping things out. Easy. I'd set an alarm. Rule 2. Don't look at the mirror in the storage room after 1 a.m. If you're in there after midnight, close your eyes, walk out backwards, and lock the door. Always lock the door. Rule 3. Every Tuesday at exactly 3:33 a.m., someone will knock on the front door. It's a slow, careful knock. Don't answer. Don't even look through the hole in the door. Just sit in the dark and pretend you're not home. This one made my stomach hurt. Rule 4. The radio might turn on by itself. You'll hear old voices or even your own voice. Don't answer, no matter what. Just turn it off after you hear the loudest scream. They said it should be over in a minute. Rule 5. If you look out the window and see another lighthouse blinking, run to the basement, lock the door, and don't come out. Your job will be done by someone else. Someone else? Who? I'm the only one here. Standing in the lighthouse, getting the job from the old keeper, I felt like the nights were too long. The darkness felt alive. The radio static got louder, and sometimes I thought I heard whispers that weren't from the Coast Guard. The lighthouse beam felt less like a guide and more like a warning to the things in the ocean. I couldn't shake the feeling that I wouldn't be alone, that something was waiting, watching. The job was simple, they said, but simple doesn't mean safe. And out here, safety was just an idea. Chapter 1. The Arrival. My first day on Kuru Island was quiet, but it was the quiet before a storm. The old lighthouse keeper arrived soon after me. He looked tired, like he carried the whole ocean on his back. His eyes were deep and he sounded rough. He gave me the keys and a list of rules written on old paper. Don't break them, he said, staring hard at me. They're not just ideas. They're how you stay alive. I nodded, ignoring his scary tone. Rules are rules. He didn't stay long. After a quick tour, he and the main boss left. I was alone with the creaking lighthouse and the endless sea. The building was old, its wood groaning in the wind, smelling like salt and damp. The light at the top was huge and made a soft hum when I turned it on at 6 p.m. Just like the rules said. The wind yelled outside, reminding me I was alone. I kept busy by settling in. The kitchen had canned food, mostly beans, and I tried to make them taste good. I added salt, pepper, and hot sauce, then gave up and ate from the can. It was a calm night. The weather was normal, and no ships called. I reported the weather and checked the light on time. The Coast Guard's reply on the radio was empty and robotic. Yeah, Roger. They sounded bored, like they wanted to hang up and leave me in the silence. After my midnight report, I was so bored. I lay on the small bed. Maybe I could nap until 3 a.m., I thought. There was nothing to do, just me, the lighthouse, and the dark. But then the cold air got into me. I had to get up. I needed to eat something to fight the cold. Suddenly, the radio hissed softly. A fuzzy white noise I tried to ignore. If I didn't have to keep it on all the time, I'd turn it off. Sometimes I thought I heard something. Whispers, like someone saying my name. I stopped, spoon in the air, and listened. I picked up the microphone, then waited. Hello, I said, feeling silly. My voice was tiny in the huge quiet. No answer, just wind and static. I shook my head. Probably just the wind. How could I sleep like this? I decided to stay awake until daytime so I could sleep for a solid 6 hours. Later, I looked around the lighthouse more. The living space was small, but okay. A narrow bed, a little desk, and a shelf with old, dusty books. I picked one up. It looked like a diary, but the pages were wet and ruined. I put it back and felt something cold and metal. An old, tarnished key was under the book. I put it in my pocket, not sure if it mattered, but not wanting to leave it. By night time, the wind was stronger, shaking the windows. I walked up the twisty stairs to the top, where the beacon shone over the dark ocean. The view was amazing. Waves crashing on rocks, a black horizon. But as I stood there, I felt it, a tickle on my neck, like being watched. I turned around, expecting to see someone, but the room was empty. The whispering came back, soft but clear, and this time I knew it wasn't the wind. "Who's there?" I asked, my voice shaking a little. Silence. I shook my head, trying to forget the nervous feeling. It's just my mind playing tricks, I told myself. But then, a loud, shocking noise broke the silence like a yell. My heart jumped. Oh, come on. Why did I set the alarm so loud? I'm such an idiot. I went downstairs, each step creaking like a warning, and turned off the alarm. I went outside, the cold air biting me, to do my 3 a.m. report. But then, a bad thought came to me. What if I didn't report to the Coast Guard? Does he even listen? Or is it just a machine talking? The truth is, I hadn't seen one ship since I got here. Did I really need to report every 3 hours? Or was I just talking to something unseen? Something hiding that wanted to hear me? I didn't want trouble on day one, though. So I did the report and got the same robotic reply from the Coast Guard. I went back to my room, the key in my pocket, feeling heavy as I lay in bed with the wind yelling and the radio hissing. I couldn't shake the feeling that the lighthouse had secrets, secrets the old keeper didn't tell me. When morning came, I did my last night report. I fell asleep slowly, and my sleep was jumpy, full of dreams about whispers and shadows. Day one on Kuru Island was a normal, boring Sunday, I guess. But something felt wrong, like things were calm just before everything gets bad.